the killing!
Stop the ivory trade!
Stop the killing!
Stop the ivory trade!
Hi, my name is Matt Rossell. I'm with Animal Defenders International. And thanks, Ellen, Brenda, everyone who's made this happen today, and everyone who's come out. Thanks so much for being a part of this, sharing our voice, raising our voices for wildlife around the world. We're here today to speak out against the war on wildlife. Wildlife that is living wild and also wildlife in captivity. Biologists generally agree that we're in the 6th mass extinction right now. And this time we don't have a meteor to blame it on, it's us. Humanity is causing it. Environmental groups are strangely silent on these facts, and so some people have not heard, but animal agriculture is the #1 driver of climate change.
Yes.
A UN report shows that animal agriculture is responsible for 18% of greenhouse gas emissions. That's more than all of transportation combined. And World Watch Institute shows that livestock and their byproducts account for 32.6 billion tons of carbon dioxide. This is 51% of our greenhouse gas emissions. So the one thing you can do, the biggest thing you can do to stop global warming is go vegan. Currently, a third of all amphibian species, a third of reef-building corals, a quarter of all mammals, an eighth of all birds are classified as threatened or endangered for extinction. One study estimates 58% of the world's fish stocks have now collapsed or are overexploited. This is a massive world crisis on a planet we all need to share. This year's march coincides with CITES. This is, right now, starting tomorrow, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species is happening. This is 183 countries come together every couple years, every 2.5 to 3 years, to discuss which animals are going to be protected and which animals are going to be killed. This is a very important meeting. Species covered by CITES are listed as Appendix 1, which is the strongest level of protection, 2 and 3. And Animal Defenders International has 3 delegates at the CITES meeting right now. Our president, Jan Creamer, Tim Phillips, our vice president, and our general counsel, Christina Scaringe, are in Johannesburg right now advocating for these animals, pushing for the strongest protections possible, and opposing all proposals that are going to harm and kill more animals. Some of the major issues that are being discussed at the CITES conference: we need to uplist all lions to Appendix 1. Lions are down to 8% of their former natural historic range. Uplisting them is vital to their survival. We need to uplist all African elephants to Appendix 1 as well, and that's another proposal that's on the list. We need to include Barbary macaques. This is a macaque species that is in dire trouble. They account for 25% of all the live mammal seizures in the EU, and they must be given Appendix 1 protection. And of course, there's a lot of things that we need to oppose at the CITES conference. There are countries there and delegates there that are going to try to downlist a small percentage of rhino horn for sale. We cannot let that happen. When any kind of sale of rhino horn is going to undermine international and domestic bans and complicate enforcement. It could also provide an illegal route for illegal rhino horn to be sold. And there are other species that they're trying to delist. They're trying to downlist the wood bison, the Florida panther, eastern cougar, Cape Mountain zebra. All of these species deserve the strongest protections, and we need to maintain these protections for these animals. And then Namibia and Zimbabwe are also trying to change the listing for elephants. to decrease their protections, and we can't let that happen. So how can we support something that seems to be so far away around the world, across the world? How can we do something here in LA? Well, there's a lot that we can do. The first thing is you came here today, and thank you for standing up and speaking out. That's a very important step. Please go to Animal Defender's website. Look on our wildlife section and find out what you can do. We need to reach out to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. You need to make your voices heard that we need to pass the strongest protections. You need to contact your member of Congress. We have sample letters on our website. We have a CITES, what is it called? Thunderclap, which is, we're trying to get a message to go viral on social media, and you can sign up for it. All you have to do is go to our website, sign up for our CITES Thunderclap, and at a certain time in just a couple of days, everyone's social media is just going to be bombarded with similar messages. So the message about saving and protecting wildlife goes viral. There's more options, there's more things that you can do. Animal Defenders is, while we're in South Africa, we're going to be checking up on some lions that we just rescued. We rescued all of the circus animals in Peru recently in Operation Spirit of Freedom. And animals that were in the wildlife trade. Over 100 animals were rescued. All the native species were placed in sanctuary in country in Peru. And 33 lions we airlifted to a sanctuary in just outside of Johannesburg, South Africa. And so you can get involved right here. We've just had recent victories in the captive wildlife, the fight to protect captive wildlife. In Surprise, Arizona, they just decided not to have trunk wheel travel into their community and to never again allow elephants in entertainment. Jersey City, New Jersey just passed a ban on wild circus animals. The whole country of Norway just passed a wild animal ban. We're soon to introduce a bill here in the US, so get involved, find out more about ADI and all the other organizations that are represented here. And this is just the beginning. There's another march tomorrow that starts at Elysian Park at 11 a.m. So you can find that on Facebook, and thank you very much.